Welcome to my channel. My name is Kinga, and one of my goals for 2023 is to generate and increase abundance and love in the life of others and for myself by creating short exercises, affirmations, daily whispers, mood shifters, guided meditations, and even magnet oils. Subscribe to my channel so you get to listen to some of my audios for free, and visit my website for more, kingakremer.com. If you know me, you know that I'm very open, honest, and raw, and I want to share something with you. So I created this infinite abundance guided meditation for myself, inspired by Dispenza's abundance meditation, but not vibing with his voice and guidance. I wanted something different, though I love and respect him and his work in general. And after using it for only a week, crazy things started happening to me, like good crazy things, and a big amount of money flowing to me. And then I decided to make it publicly available through my Etsy store, and I sold more than 600 of it by now, and I generally receive very inspiring and very positive feedback on it. You can actually go and check out the reviews yourself. I leave a link in the description below. So it touched me deeply hearing people's manifesting and abundance attracting stories after listening to that meditation. And to be honest, that was the moment when I decided that I wanted to do this full time, because it just gave me a sense of purpose, and it felt like I finally found something that makes sense, something that brings me joy and a meaning to my life and existence. And I received a message on my Etsy not long ago from a lady who wanted a refund. Now, first of all, I don't offer refunds on digital products for obvious reasons, but I also don't want anyone to have a negative experience associated with me or my work. It's just not the energy that I want to put or have out there. I want my work to serve a good purpose or not do anything. So when I read this lady's message, I first felt bad, and I offered her a refund, without any hesitation. I don't want your money if you don't like my work. But then I also felt the need to respond to her in more details. And I want to share this messaging with you because I think you need to hear it. So she wrote, "Hi, I really loved your meditations on YouTube, so I just purchased Infinite Abundance and listened to it, but it had a tremendous backfire effect for some reason. I felt really horrible listening to it. I thought it would help raise my vibration, but somehow it seemed to bring up deep sadness, and I was unable to access the desired states, freedom, abundance, etc. And I finished the meditation in tears and depressed. I would like a refund for this one, if possible. Thanks." Now, here's my response. "Hey Lily, thanks for getting in touch, and thanks for trusting me by sharing all that with me. I'm sorry about your experience. I always think that when we experience such deep negative emotions during a spiritual practice like meditation, it has its benefits. When shit comes up to the surface, it means we are finally ready to release parts of us that may have served as blockages before, things we have not even been aware of or acknowledged. So be grateful for your body for letting you experience whatever you had to. They always serve a purpose. And big changes normally happen with discomfort. Change is never comfortable. I heard Dr. Joe Dispenza also saying that in the beginning, if we are doing it right, our body is going to show resistance. So you never know. Releasing those things may create the much needed space for the good and the abundant to come in. I suggest you keep meditating, especially when you feel like that, but find a meditation that you think suits you better. If you want to tune into abundance, do this. So I sent her a YouTube link to my Tune into Abundance exercise, a YouTube video. And I also sent her my Breathe in Love guided meditation. And I finished the email by saying, "Sending you love and peace. Your refund is shortly on its way. Love, Kinga." So yes, I do believe that change happens with discomfort, people. Our old self, old ways can resist at times, and part of us can also say no to change, at first. And our mind can tell us to quit, not to do it, find excuses not to meditate. I've been there myself many times too. And we can also experience old shit bubbling to the surface. But that's exactly when we should not stop meditating. Exactly when it feels shitty. when it moves us in unwanted ways, that's when we gotta keep going. And that is true for so many things in life, not just meditating. When you're about to give up, when it hurts the most, it's itchy, it's ugly, it makes you sad, frustrated, just keep going. Have you heard the quote? It's actually one of my favorites. The darkness is at its deepest, just before sunrise. I have experienced this in so many areas of my life. And if you keep pushing, even through the hardest part, things will eventually ease up. The shit will lift and you will see the sun. Dr. Joe also says when it's the hardest, that's when it matters the most. When it's the hardest, that's when it matters the most. A meditation does not, cannot, and will not get you depressed. Your mind does. Your thoughts, old ways do. And releasing them can look like sadness and frustration and depression. Anyways, I haven't heard back from this lady, but I'm hoping she's doing fine and found her peace and that she has surrendered to the big shift that happened to her. And I'm convinced that whatever she was experiencing was actually serving her growth. And then this year I have created a beautiful abundance package that contains a 15 minutes morning abundance meditation, a 15 minutes evening abundance meditation, and a 60 minutes long daily whispers. I also leave the link to this below so you can go and check it out. It's not on my Etsy, but on a different side because Etsy has this stupid file size limitation. So I had people testing this package for me during my 21 days abundance challenge. And I also had people buying it. And I generally got positive feedback on these too. But a lady, a fellow Hungarian, wrote me the other day. And her tone was very friendly and warm. And she wanted to know why she was facing a lot of unexpected changes, negative changes, losing things, huge expenses, all of a sudden popping up in her life, even though she was listening to these meditations daily for 1 month. And her being a fellow Hungarian and just so dedicated to listen to my guided meditations daily, I wanted to reach out to her. I wanted to take the time to properly answer her. So I actually recorded a personal video for her instead of just typing because I just wanted to make it more personal and because I hate typing. And I told her that it's not the meditation that makes us rich or poor. It's our mindset. And coming from the region where we come from, I know that she has received decades of negative limiting programming with regards to money and financial abundance. We were made to believe that only criminals get rich. Money is evil and can only be earned with doing like illegal shit or extremely hard work. And even when it comes, it probably never stays. So, and you know, we cannot expect to overwrite these old programs of decades in just 2 days or a month sometimes. You know, sometimes it's going to take us longer. And again, it's not the meditation that makes you rich or poor. It's your mindset. The meditation is only there to serve as a helping tool. But if you do not do the work or you resist, it's not going to do anything. I also told her that when I first started listening to the Abundance Package meditations daily, I had a lot of shit happening to me too. I lost things and people. Electronic devices in my household broke down. My iPhone died all of a sudden. My screen just didn't light up anymore. 1 minute, my relatively new dishwasher just gave up to a point that it couldn't even be fixed. My car broke down without any warning, being in perfect condition one day and losing its engine the next. And my then boyfriend started behaving in ways that were clear signs that it would never work. And I tried to ignore these signs before, but now the signs or red flags became more like a carnival, giving me a confirmation that I had to release him. It took me a while to understand what was happening. And basically I was releasing everything that belonged to my old self, things that were not a vibrational match with my new self and my new desired reality anymore. They were just falling away from me. And of course, my first reaction was to get frustrated, you know, but then I understood the pattern and I understood the meaning behind it, its significance, and I I just started to surrender and observe with a calm and curious approach, welcoming all the changes. I knew that things that were being released were actually giving space to new things to come. The unwanted things, or the losing of the things, were creating new desires in me. And I'm a creator. I am here to express my creating, my manifesting powers, just like you are. We are not here to create and then cling to it with fear. We are not here to just collect and just let things pile up and sit on it. If I create and just stick to those things, I don't get to express my creator side, my true being. And I understood that I actually needed and wanted a new iPhone, but I just kept telling myself that I couldn't afford it. Of course, I had other priorities, but now I had no choice but buying one anyways. And I'm so happy I did because it has a better video recording quality, and I also got to fix my old iPhone in the process, so I now have two, which gives me a perfect backup if something happens again. So the new Kinga, the one that felt abundant already, actually made it possible to buy herself a new iPhone. And I don't know how, but I just had to. And when you have to, you're gonna make it happen. So when this lady says that she has to leave her apartment and move into a more expensive one that she cannot afford, or that's what she thinks right now, but there is no other option available, it's just obvious, or I just know that it comes from her already vibrating like an abundant person, someone who can and will be able to afford the bigger, the more expensive place. She had to move because the cheaper, smaller, whatever place was not a vibrational match to her anymore. Or actually, while I was cutting my hair the other day, I accidentally cut my thin gold necklace because, you know, these hair cutting scissors are very sharp. And this necklace was kind of special too because I've had this since I was 18, but it was never my favorite. And at first, of course, I was frustrated, you know, but then I remembered how much I have been wanting a different kind of golden necklace for a long while. But I never wanted to spend money on it because I already had one. So now I sort of had to buy one. And it was my chance finally to find the one that I really liked. And I did. This is the one. And I love it so much more that I don't even want to get the old one fixed because I would never wear it anyway. And I decided not to get a new dishwasher, but to do the dishes by hand. And I enjoy those times because it's a meditation for me. And I also decided not to buy a new car for a while either, but instead challenge myself by walking and cycling more, and even taking the public transport, which I would have never done before. And I'm actually thankful for the new experiences my new choices bring to me every day. A lot of magical things has happened to me on the bus, on my way walking or cycling. I could make a separate video on that. I now walk 30 minutes to the closest store and 30 minutes back when I want to buy groceries. And I get a chance to listen to my walking meditation on the way, or the daily whispers, you know? And walking and cycling is so much better for my body than just driving everywhere. So I started to see the good in all those sudden unwanted changes that looked frustrating at first. And when you are open to new things, when you welcome change, and when you see the good in things, when you feel thankful for everything, it brings more things to be thankful for. It brings more things that serve you. It attracts more things that bring you joy. But when you complain and you're scared of change and you look at change frustrated, then you are just calling in more things to be frustrated about. So I told this Hungarian lady about my experience and thoughts on unwanted change and how to change her point of view. And she responded to me saying that the fact that I took the time to make her a video got her emotional, and my message did open her eyes and helped her look at things differently. And she kindly invited me to visit her And she even offered a separate room and a bathroom for me to use if I decided to visit her in sunny Spain. And that touched me more than she thinks it did, because I actually promised to myself at the beginning of this year that I'm going to travel every month. I actually just got back from Portugal and I'm just about to pack for my next flight. I'm going to Budapest. And of course I will accept her kind offer. I mean, what is this if not co-creating at its best? Like helping each other with the things and in ways that we can. So what are you willing to release to create space for more? Let me know in the comment section below what your takeaway is from this video. And also if you ever had similar experiences and how you dealt with them. Or if you will be able to change your point of view after watching this video when shit hits the fan. If you like this video, give it a like, share, subscribe, because it costs you nothing, but it helps me grow this channel and reach more people like you. Hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.